right, just keep it real, real crew. Welcome back to another episode of the Just Keep It Real podcast where we're keeping it real one episode at a time. I'm your host, the real Mikayla, and thank you guys for tuning in to yet another episode. Guys, we are moving right along. Thank you guys for showing so much love and support to the previous 3 episodes. Those were great women, great topics, great conversation. Make sure you guys go tune into those episodes, episode 1, 2, and 3. Like, share, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and become a member of the Real One crew. Guys, we're not going to prolong the time. We have a special guest joining us today. She is a full-time social worker and an entrepreneur. So making coin and have a side hustle. Okay, that's what we like over here. She is the founder of Beautifully Textured. Is a Black-owned natural hair care brand. Y'all know I like me some natural. Hey, that's what we love over here. But it is designed for type 3 and type 4 hair through high quality natural products like hair oils, butters, leave-in conditioners, and bonnets. She helps the Black community by embracing their natural beauty as God-given. Her work blends with faith, beauty, empowerment, and purpose to inspire others to walk confidently in who they are. And she's also one of my childhood friends, long-term friends, been in the corner since day one. Help me to give a warm welcome to Miss Danielle Rogers. How you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me. I know it's been a while.
It has been a while. So you guys, funniest story before we jump into the episode. I've known her since I was 6 and she was what, you were like 9? Because you're like 3 years older than me.
9, 10.
9, 10, yep. But yeah, so we pretty much
Counting like 6. That's a long time.
yes, like I've been know you since I was a kid. We grew up in the same church, pretty much grew up together, everything together, got in trouble together,
Each other, everything.
everything, been at each other's house, let's spend the night. Literally, y'all, we have grown up together. Life as life happens, we didn't talk for a long period of time, but we had a chance to reconnect, and now we are back in each other's lives. Now we're back in each other's lives, just being there for each other. And now I'm just happy to have you on the show. I have been seeing what you've been doing, girl. Like I said, that natural hair, yes, girl. Because listen, you can't be trusting all these products, and it's great to have such a Black-owned business as well. We need more of those in our community, in our culture. We need more of those. But I'm just glad to have you here. I'm proud of you, where you have came from, have you grown. I am just happy for you, girl.
I'm proud of you too. Everything that you've been doing. Just seeing you grow as the little girl to the beautiful young woman you are today. So I'm just, my heart.
Thank you. Alrighty, guys, we're not gonna prolong the time. We actually just jumped into what we're gonna be talking about. As you already know, she is the founder of her own Black-owned brand, Beautifully Textured, and we're gonna get into the topic where we're talking about is the power of purpose, building a business that helps impact. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And it's funny how your mission is branded around what we're talking about. As I was looking, I was like, you know what? It goes right into what we're talking about.
Together.
And that's what it is. I like the flow. We're going to be flowing like the river. We just going to be going. But the first thing I want to use is to share your journey with us. So take us through the beginning of who you are and also what made you want to start your business.
That's such a deep question. On a serious note, you just know, knowing me, I always loved hair. I always loved doing my hair. Growing up, I would always play with your hair, do your hair, anything like that involves hair, anything. So, of course, I started my business July 11th, 2023. So it'll be 2 years this year. So, during that process, I had to learn. YouTube was my best friend as far as just learning the right products, the right oils, and everything like that. But just as far as testing out everything, formulation, all that stuff, that stuff that you have to practice that. That's not something that comes easy. If it do, you special. But for me, of course, it took a lot of work and dedication just because I knew I had to get the right products, the right ingredients, having to figure out what oil works best for type 3, the curly side, and versus the coily side. So it was a challenging process just because that's a new realm you're stepping into. Of course, you're gonna know your hair because it's on your head. But as far as like finding the right ingredients, trying to find, just the right, what goes with almond oil, what pairs with avocado oil, just like trying to figure out what matches the two was definitely challenging because it's like you can't mix a oil that's not meant to be on a type 3 hair when it's for a 4 hair girly. So it was definitely a learning process. But eventually I got there. That's why we here.
That's it. That's all we need. That's what we
That's why we here.
Girl, you came out with these bonnets. I done told you. I need to give me y'all. Make sure y'all go to her. We're gonna drop all that at the end of it. But make sure y'all gotta go get one of her bonnets and get her oil.
It's not just a bonnet, it's a bonnie bonnet. I call it the bonnie bonnets. So it's just not bonnets. It's called the bonnie bonnets. You gotta get a bonnet.
Explain that. Yeah, we want to get us a little bonnie bonnet. We're going to have to do that.
That name just came to because I was like, bonnets, that's so basic. Like that's basic. Anybody can get a bonnet, but you need a bonnie bonnet. Like, I don't know, bonnie bonnet, it's different and it's like cutesy. Like, so let me get good at my bonnie bonnet. Like, we sold out right now, but shipping's coming. It's coming in. So just stay tuned for the restock date.
So when you started your journey, what were some biggest challenges that you faced when you were coming out with like, okay, I'm going to start this business. I'm going to start my brand. What challenges did you face?
One, pricing, of course, just because as like, the top brands like Maelle, Carol's Daughter, all those like top brands, like they're known for that versus like a small business owner. I struggle with just how am I going to get out here? Knowing my competitors, like, are they going to pay my price versus, Maelle's price? Cause like with pricing, like everything's handmade. Like it's a one woman show over here. Like of course I have like my help and everything, like, but as far as like mixing, packaging, that's all me. So like just trying to figure out how to like still make a profit without like kind of copying my competitors' prices. Cause of course they're up here and I'm trying to get up here. So it was definitely hard. So I would say probably being inclusive, because I believe that our products are for us. So there's no reason why, the palm colored people, white folks, need to be touching our products. That's just me. That's just my opinion. And like, I feel like that's still a struggle. Like, you can't cater to everybody. So like when I started my business, I was like, I just wanted for the Black girls with the type 3, type 4, men with locks, dreads, or anything like that nature. Like I wanted the community to know like, okay, there's Black owned businesses that's out there, that's for me, that loves me, that empowers me. Like they're out there for me versus like being all inclusive or just everybody got their hands and stuff. I don't like that. So like when I made my business, I was like, if I get backlash of not catering to, everybody, then that's fine because I want to stand on what I believe my values in my business are. So that's still a challenge to this day.
Hey, I understand we're growing. You gotta grow. You literally covered the next question was so it's flowing. It's just flowing. So when you think about the word purpose, how would you define purpose when in the context of your business?
I don't want to give a basic answer, but I guess like my purpose is knowing that it's from God. Like I know like when I put like my heart, my soul into my purpose, because I know it came from Him. So like when I know that when I make the products and like I feel like, okay, this is what I'm called to do. I've been told numerous times that I'm going in the right direction. And then when I see that being put in my products and like hearing all the testimonials, then I know that I'm doing something that's purposeful. Like I know I'm making a change. When I hear people say, oh, your oil, made my edges grow back. Your oil made my hair thicker. Like anything that turns back into the brand, like that's what I know is my purpose. Like I know, I don't know how to explain. It's just like something that you know that you're in the right direction when it's just going smooth. Like of course you're gonna have like those bumps and everything like that, but like I know when my purpose is just being fulfilled or like just hearing like that positive feedback. Like that's when I know what I know. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just that feeling. Like it's like just that feeling that that nobody can take away.
Right. Like when you know that you know. It's kind of like how when I became a podcast like host, and then having that, and then that went into authorship, and then now that turned into like actually being like now on the radio. So it's just like now that kind of tied it, because when I first started my podcast, Just Keep It Real has been going literally since 2020, 2023. So yeah, so Just Keep It Real will be 2 years old this year. It's just such a beautiful thing. I am so, honored to be on this platform. But when I started it, people, you have the backlashes like, what are you going to talk about? Are you going to talk about everything? Are you going to but being different. And of course, I had to talk to God about it. He was the major role in me. Just keep it real.
Because I know, like, of course, we grew up in a church. Like, that's going to always be instilled in us. So it's like, I know when God plants a seed in us and, like, that seed just won't go away. Like, I know that's how you know that's your purpose. Like, when of course, like, you'll drift away from it, but it keeps coming back. That's what you know that you're supposed to do that. Because God is not going to be that person like, oh, she don't want to do it. No, he going to keep knocking at that door. Like, where you at? Like, come on. Like, it's time to keep moving. It's like, of course, I be arguing with God because it's like, dang, like, I'm not making a sale. I'm not reaching more people, but it's like, he knows I'm going to get there. He just wants me to take like this long journey. He wants me to trust the process. Like, this is your purpose. Just take care of it. Like, it's gonna come. Like, just like you said, like, it's a journey.
It is definitely a journey, but when you get to the other side, you're gonna have to go through it. I be telling people all the time. We talked about in the last episode, the second episode. Before you can get to it, you gotta go through it. So you can't just get to your end result if you don't go through nothing. Because then when you get to it, you're not gonna cherish it. You're gonna be like, you're not gonna treat it. You're not gonna take care of it like you're supposed to. But when you go through something, you learn it, and you learn the ins and outs. You have a greater sense of appreciation rather than something just being handed to you. Because God could easily just give it to us, but that's not what He gonna do. He want us to learn something. We gotta go through all these different trials and all this stuff just for us to get
everything's gonna have a lesson. Like you said, like I get it as far as like, I want it, but God, like, no, like, because if you want, so like I guess like when I be thinking like for my purpose in my business, it's like, oh, I want to be like, a top, natural hair care company. But it's like I don't know what they had to do to get there. And it's like, do I want what they got? Or should I just trust my own process, my own, like just trust God's hand and like just walk in that? Because it's like probably the way they got it. I'm probably gonna be looking like, take this back. Like, I don't know if I want it. Like, but it's just like, when we go through the process that he wants us to grow through, it's like we can say thank you to him. Because it's like, if he just give it to us, we're just gonna be like, oh, like just walk off and like not even acknowledge him. I'm gonna go through my little trial and tribulation.
listen. That's it. I'm gonna go through my little.
Okay.
One day it's gonna be listen.
Or there's literally been days where like I don't sleep because my brain is like thinking of like new things for the business. Like literally, y'all know, like I'm working on so much to where I wake up like working. Like I don't like my brain does not go to sleep. Like even though my body is like sleeping, my mind is like still going. So sometimes like that's another challenge too. Like I be having to like turn it off. But it's like this is what I'm called to do. So it's like it's really not turning off. So it's like it's still gonna keep going until it's fulfilled.
See, that's something we gotta both. I struggle with you too. Like I know we still on topic, but it's like it resonates with us because like when it's purpose driven,
Yeah.
you have a different drive of it. So somebody could do the same thing, but if they don't have a passion behind what they're doing, it's just it's gonna stay there, but it's not gonna last. When you have a purpose and you're driven to do it, you have to do it, you have a fire for it, you gonna always come up with something. Like I'm right there with you. Even though I got so much going on right now, but I be like, I can't, I said, oh, and I can do this, and I can do that, I can do that, I can do this, and then you learn so much to where like you learn what other people do and you take it and you be like, you know what?
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna do it. You wanted to do it. Because a lot of businesses, they do it, but is God in it? Nope. Did He orchestrate it? Nope. Because when you have God in your business and it's orchestrating everything, it's just gonna flow good.
Oh, it's gonna be and then when it be flowing, I be looking like what's going don't, because it's like there was no issue. Like everything just like, of course, it may be an issue, a little bumper in the road in the beginning, but after that, it's like ain't nothing happened, and it's like, God, like what you doing? Like was that you? Like let me know. And it's like he already showing you.
Like, am I dreaming? Like, is things like, but
Hey, like, cause I be like looking at God, like, I'm tired. Like, like to be honest, like there's been times where I get frustrated with him because I don't see the end results of like another business that does the same thing. I don't see I don't see like either not even just the sales, probably like just the engagement on TikTok, Instagram. And it's like I look at other people like businesses and like comparing myself to their business. And I'm like, I be having to snap out of that because it's like comparison, that ain't God. Like, he wants us to like just focus on what he gave us. Cause it's like when you compare yourself to all these other businesses, you lose sight of what he already gave you in that moment versus you trying to put your business like their business and follow their whole game plan when God, like, that ain't where I'm trying to take you with this one. Like, look, focus right here, stay in your lane. Like, don't try to go over there. Like,
yes.
that's a whole nother topic.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen. I'm trying to tell you. You speaking right now. The amount of times, like you said, especially when you like look at the other audience, you're like, well, they're doing what I'm doing, but they're getting more results, and I'm doing the same thing. But I had to learn that, especially so early on in my career. We keep it real over here, but especially when I first started, like my author journey, I had that a lot. Looking at other people's results, I'm like, well, I'm doing the same thing, but I had to learn. God had to literally break me down because I experienced and I went through a time where, like, I got arrogant. Not like to a point where like I thought I was better than anybody, but it was like a new sense of attention that I wasn't used to.
Yeah.
And in that moment, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm doing something, but God had to immediately
You shut that down.
real quick, real quick.
Said all the way down.
Oh, I'm trying to tell you, and I'm being where I went through a season where I wasn't getting no sales, wasn't doing nothing, and I was just like, what? I will. But in that moment, I had to rededicate myself, but rededicate what I wanted to do. I had to first pray what I wanted to do to him to make sure that everything I want to do that is alignment to what he wants me to do. And if it's not in alignment, then you got to remove it because you can try to do it all day long, but it ain't gonna work. So
You can't do in my head, it's like you can't do business with God when he gave it to you. Like, how you gonna take, like, of course, like we the CEO, the founder of our businesses, but like when you have God in front of it, it's like you really not the CEO. Like you're not the one orchestrating everything in the background. So it's like I'm the worker. Like, he just giving me my little paycheck. But like he really the founder. He's really the one that's giving us like the steps, the tools and everything to make everything happen. Because at the end of the day, it ain't for us. It's not for us. It was never for us.
right.
It's not for us.
It's not. Then we literally just went at what examples can we give somebody that alive? Like we literally just gave an example. So many different examples. Like you cannot like you spoke to someone that I really feel like I'm the one doing all the work, like all the. And he's like, no, you're not. Like I'm bringing them to you.
Like, I'm the one who gave it to you. I'm the one who gave you sales. I'm the one who gave you these likes. And like you said earlier, like about being arrogant, I was the same way because I'm like, look at me. I'm doing it. I got it. And then as soon as like it's time to formulate a new product, formulation not right. Everything just crumbling. And like in that moment, I'm like, all right, I see you guys. Like it ain't me at the end of the day.
It ain't.
These ain't my experience. This is nothing.
Right, this is all you. This is all you. And I had to learn that Janelle has a sense of humor. Like when you be telling him what you want to do, he be like, "Oh, that I can see you try to do it." But man, that during that season, I'm like, "Okay, God, I'm sorry. I repent for he had to whoop me with his word. I mean, I was just on the low. But then now when he redefined me, and I redefined him. I'm like, okay, we good. Now I'm doing it in with him because it got to a point like I wasn't checking in with him. I was doing what I want to do. It's like, oh,
We're in the same boat.
this ain't. But you see, when we get out the boat, it's like when we get out that trust, like okay, baby stepping. It ain't that bad, but I be taking baby steps. I'm like, God,
Baby steps, crawling.
that part, I'm just like, God, I'm out. Like, not for that. Humility is a great way. When you first starting out in entrepreneurship, you gotta have humility. You gotta be able to have a teachable spirit, let other people teach you, and you gotta be willing to always adjust.
And it's like, even with adjusting, like, I don't like change. I'm still trying to adjust to change, but I have to, like you said, like, I have to willing to just listen. Like, that's why he gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Like, you have to listen. So it's like, when I'm just listening and like finally figure out where he wants me to go, like, of course, I'm not gonna like it because now I have to step out a new territory. So like me learning something that I'm not used to as far as like just business wise, or just not even just talking about products, but just learning how to market, digital marketing, all that stuff. Like, that's new territory. Like, it's all like, even though it's within the business and I got the formulation down, or halfway, but as soon as he want to take me to digital marketing, or like just stepping out further than what my norm is, I'm like already by the fight, because I'm like, God, like, why are we over here when I'm still over here? And it's like, I be having to tell myself, he just wants to like just teach you this new skill too, to where when it's time to release this new product, or release this content, you already know how to market. You already know which direction to go. So it's like the change, it be hard at first, but then it's like, okay, he's teaching me something. He's teaching me more than what I know. Like, he's wanting me to just expand my knowledge in this whole business world, to where, like, when it is time for me to blow up, I didn't already accomplish steps 1 through 5 on it.
See, that's it. Now I'm trying to tell you, the preparation, that's a whole, listen, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother episode. But we are moving right along. I'm trying to tell you that's running back. You got to go through in preparation season. I mean, the ups, the downs, and side. I'm trying to tell you, it's you giving with that learning that new material, because the stuff that I had to learn for this season, which I tell my audience all the time, like, this is where we keep realizing, like, the stuff I had to learn to get this season together, like a lot of new different software I have to use and all this type of stuff. I was just like, I'm like, normally I don't really edit like that. But now I'm like at a point where I have to do a lot of editing, and I'm just like, oh God, why do I gotta learn? But it said just he's teaching you this now, so when it's time to go, you already know. You know how it's supposed to look. You know how it's supposed to sound. You know the ins and the outs.
Preparation. That's what it is right there.
But that's it. That's it. Let me write that down. Listen, go ahead and write that down. We gonna put that on a t-shirt. Purposeful preparation. Listen. Listen here.
Y'all can take that, but
I can take it. Don't.
And that's one thing, like, don't forget where you started.
Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. That's it. I'm trying to tell y'all. You gotta remember where you come from. And see, that's what a lot of people, are so caught up on, this the fame and, all the attention. But you gotta understand, when you get all airheaded, which I'm glad God did what he did with me, because he brought me down, because you hung me real quick. It was so quick. I was just like, wait a minute. No, but just, in that moment, he reminded me, like, where all my resources come from. Like, it started with him. So you have to remember where you come from. Don't forget, the people that poured into you, that played a part in you becoming who you are. And then when you get there, don't look back at them with a shrug face. Like, go back and help your community.
Like how you have your podcast, like, you're keeping it real for those that didn't hear it real. Like, it was always sugar coated. So for you to, like, have the title, just keep it real, like, that speaks volume. And it's like, as far as like, just let me be quiet.
You're able to speak freely as much as you want to speak.
Because it's like, why, when someone done helped you create your business from they saw you working from, nothing but dirt, and like, just for you to like just turn around and look like they didn't help you. Like, that's one thing, like, I do not want my business to ever feel like, for those that help me, I don't ever want them to feel like I'm better than them. Like, that's the whole point of me giving it back to the community, because I know what it feels like to just to feel less than, to feel like you saw me help you and you just gonna take my help and like take the credit. No, we ain't got to do that over here.
No, we definitely don't got to do that. It's important to give back to the community because they were the one that helped. I'm telling you, your community, your little circle, them the ones that put you on first. You was a superstar to them before you became a star for everybody else. So why? Because them other people, they ain't gonna care about you if you fall down. Them people, your little circle, them the ones that's gonna be there to pick you up and bandage you all up. Sun go down. So it's important that you remember where you come from and don't be airheaded. Humble beginnings. Keep it humble. Stay humble. Stay humble. That's what we're gonna use it. Quote. Stay humble. Hashtag stay humble. That's what we need to do.
Stay humble, but just stay humble, y'all.
Yes, I'm trying to tell you because that whooping. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's traumatizing. It is traumatizing.
When you actually look back at it, you be like, God, all right, you got me with that whooping. Like, you ain't gonna get me next time because I learned my lesson now. And so, because that little whooping, it'd be hard. You'll be crying for days because I'll be crying for days.
Things. I definitely. There's nothing wrong with crying because I'll be up in there. You got to learn it just over there. Just, the little boy off of Martin always crying. Was not be over there like,
who's his name? Roscoe?
Probably Rock. I was a Martin fan. I ain't seen Martin in so long, but
I think it was
I
Roscoe.
believe it was Roscoe. Little Roscoe, yeah, because he'd be over there hysterical, just crying.
Just crying.
But then, just like tell you, we try to give y'all some keys. Stay humble in your early journey. Now we talking about the impact on the community. How would you feel like it's important, or how do you envision your brand will impact the community?
I feel like it's already impacting, to be honest, with just all like this Black movement and the DEI, all that buffoonery with the politics.
Yes.
I just feel like it's already impacting. Like, when I hear like a little girl or like a family member or just someone who bought a product that says like your product changed my life, that's already a movement within itself. Because that once that person knows like, okay, this product works, they're gonna tell another friend, and then it's just gonna keep circling around to the next, Black person who struggles with hair. And then not even like, even within my business, like I focus on self-love, confidence, empowerment, because I know what it feels like to be bullied for, wearing my natural hair. So like I want my empowerment movement to just be so focused on like little girls healing like their inner child, or just not even girls, men too, because men do have trauma where they get bullied for their hair, especially like locks or just anything of that nature. Like, it's already impacting the community that I see. I may not see it to like an extent as far as like these top brands, but I already like see it just within a small community of the people who do buy my products. So it may be a little movement, but it's a big movement to me.
And the show is coming, girl, because I've been seeing your little stuff. I'm like, oh, that's it. But it's just important. I love your vision for the impact on the community and this the growing to go to somebody. And that's all really it's about. It's just like, getting somebody, help making that one impact on that one person. Because we just don't know what that person may be going through. And it's important not to take it away from your spotlight, but just to share a little bit like how I envision my whole brand is just based off of just being real.
Yeah.
So like my whole business theme is just be real. But of course, branches off to like just keep it real, and then it branches off to what I do on the other side. But overall, it's just be real, because being real is a place for you to just come and be who you are. Yeah. You don't have to worry about, it's a judgment free zone, because who am I to judge you? Because I can't put you I can't put you nowhere. I can't do none of that. And how I judge you is how God is going to judge me. And that is definitely, it's in the word. Y'all need to go look at a whole part. Several places this talks about it. Matthew, listen.
You can't pinpoint a specific scripture on that.
Right. It's all over the place. I'm trying to tell you. Definitely, but like how you judge others, how you gonna be judged. So with me creating Just Keep It Real is just a part for you to be who you are. And then even though we're not, global related, but the little people that I do see and to see the growth of it, like, and I don't really look at my analytics and stuff like that, because I just put them out, just praying like, God, you have your way with each and every episode. But I actually did it for like last year's season. I saw the analytics, and just to see like how my audience had grew and how that For one person, my podcast was like their number one podcast, and I was just like,
Okay.
oh my gosh! I was like, God, like, see that? Go back. I went back and it was the same thing. I was just like, God, that was nobody but you. But it's just like that one impact because I don't know what me being open and vulnerable and having the people that come on be open and vulnerable, what that may do for somebody else, how that may touch somebody else's life, and how that may touch somebody else's life. But it's all just to be that light in this midst of this dark world. So just keep it real is branded off of you just being real and not being scared of like the repercussions of just being real because growing up, I was also bullied. I definitely was like, like try to fit in and did everything I could to fit in. But now that I know who I am and I know that, the beauty behind it, it's like, I'm good. I'm just going to be.
Hey, like, like another thing, like when you know that your purpose is like from God, like you can't go where everybody go. You can't do what everybody do. Like as far as like your podcast, you can't be like, K104 or whatever okay. But like your podcast is different from K104 just because of like how you state it. Like, you keep it real, there's no judgment. Like one, guys first. So it's already different. It's already different as far as like, beautifully textured guys first. So I'm not gonna be like Mael or, the main attraction or anything of that nature. I'm not gonna be like these people because I already know who I am, where I come from, and whose I am. Like, no, I'm already different in itself. So we can't,
We can't do what everybody else do. We set apart for a reason. Set apart for a reason. Listen here.
This is like a little flashback memory, but like that group that my mom started with us in the church that set up.
Yes,
It comes back.
Kingdom Daughters.
And that whole scripture was being called set apart. Like we're not called to be everybody. We're not called to do our business like how everybody else is doing it. Like we were set apart for a reason.
Oh my goodness. Them lessons your mom taught us. Y'all, funny story. We're gonna do I know we don't sidetrack y'all. We were in this group. Her mom started Kingdom Daughters. Our colors were pink and green.
Yep.
Pink and green. I remember we all had a shirt. I know what our scripture is. Hold on. We gonna look for it, y'all. So I definitely know. I know what it says. For we are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that we may show forth his praises.
It's been a minute.
But I definitely know it though. I know it though.
See. No, that ain't it. Oh my gosh. I know it was either first or second Peter.
It was 1 Peter 2, verse 9.
Okay, gotcha.
But we're gonna read it. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who has called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Well, that is the New King James Version. There's different versions of the Bible, but I like the New King James Version.
That's what we know.
That's it. But we were raised on KJV, but King James Version. But that was literally plastered on our shirts.
Yep.
That was like, and I'm so glad, like, that was drilled into us because now, even now that we're grown, you just see like a lot of things that we're doing, like with your business and my brand, that it's themed off of that. We're different. You say the best, we're different for a reason. We were already set apart, and what we're doing, that what makes us different. So not everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon because we are different, and they're used to a certain norm. They're used to what society and what's normal, what's going on in this world. They're used to that. And when we're putting out something different, they were just like, no. But if only they knew, they just come over here on this side.
Cause like honestly, everything is like just aligned right. Like you're gonna find the right people. You're gonna find the right audience. You're gonna find the right clients. You're just gonna find your right community to where it don't even matter about the other people at that point, because it's like you found your peoples. You know that these people value your values, they value your time, your energy, like they value everything about who you are because they see it. They know you different, they know everything. It's just like, I don't know, they just know that you're different, and like something about that different, like that light is gonna draw it to you. Like, you're just gonna when you keep doing it the right way and not the way you want it to go, you don't even know. You don't even know.
No, I'm trying to tell you. When you said who your people, that would remind me of a sermon my bishop preached some years ago. So I was on who your peoples. Who your peoples.
Who your peoples?
Who your peoples.
Yes, who is your audience?
Shout out to my bishop. Shout out to you, bishop. But yes. So we already, touched a little bit about my success story, but have you experienced a success story for you in your business that was like, you know what? That just made you like love what you're doing even more.
There's been like several. No. Let me do the one I told you right before we started. Oh, me selling out. Like that was my biggest success story. Like, of course, like, I sold out in the past, but it was just something about this one, So of course I go to Concord Church. Shout out to my little pastor. But no, on a serious note, like, so you had to apply to be a vendor, So mind you, Concord is a big church. There's more, it's like kind of young adult, middle age, like it's a whole mixture. And like within, today's like everybody a business owner. It's like when I got picked, I was like, okay, I got picked. Like, and then even when I told the lady who's over the just the whole vendor event, she was like, you were picked out of like hundreds or thousands of like applicants. So like it was just crazy. So like when I got sold out, it's like, yeah, like I wasn't expecting to sell out. So I was like, let's just say I brought about 100 products. I expected to sell only like 50 of those, but to sell out of the whole amount that I brought at like a church that promotes Black business, that promotes Black people and like empowerment, self-love, all that good stuff. So like when I looked at my little bag and everything was gone, like I sold out knowing that I was placed in the right community in the right time. Like everything was it just happened. It just flowed together. So like when I don't know, like that was just nothing but God. Like that's all I gotta say. Like that was my biggest success story. Like every time I look at like the video of me editing, like the video on TikTok, like I just be like, wow, like just wow, because that's just so. Because like God's not crazy, but it was just like wow, like I sold out in a place that's surrounded with Black people, that supports Black businesses, that values you, my purpose, like what I'm here to do. Like that was my biggest. I can't even think of another one. It's still a success story to me.
I mean, hey, that's amazing. See, that's why I didn't get my little bunny bun. I didn't get my bunny bun.
I got you.
That's what y'all. But that's just amazing to hear that you sold out. Just like I said, when God's in the midst of it, exceedingly and abundantly above all that we could ask or even think, according to His riches and glory, above and beyond. We could be expecting just to get picked, but Him is like, oh no, bigger than that.
And it's like they kept advertising, like signed up. It's like honestly, I kind of forgot about it. Like when I signed up, it's like, oh, I didn't hear nothing. But when I heard back something, I literally stopped what I was doing and like I was like, just thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. Like I think I looked at it for a good 10 minutes because it's like I couldn't believe that it was real because it's like when you go to like just a big congregation, big church, it's like you expect not to be picked because there's so many people. But then like it taught me to like just continue to keep what you came to do, just expect more. Like don't expect less of like who you are. And like that, but that's another struggle for another day. But like just go have the mindset of expectancy. That's all I gotta say. Just go with the mindset of expectation because when you have that mindset in you, that's your success. Like, like, of course, they don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but when you have that mindset of like, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to do what I came here to do, and you do it, that's already proof in itself right there.
All you got to do, try to tell y'all. So now we're going to be staying true to our purpose. Now we done found our purpose. We done embraced our purpose. Now we know the importance of a community, but we got to stay true to it. Stay true to it throughout the journey because it's not easy especially being an entrepreneur. It is definitely not easy. Like for you and I, we can both contest to that. Being an entrepreneur, it is hard, especially if you work a 9 to 5.
And then having to get off that 9 to 5 and do your 24/7 job.
To tell you, what do you feel in your journey of being an entrepreneur? What do you think were your common pitfalls? Like, so you know what? this is going to cause me to stumble. This is what caused me to, you know, pull back a little bit. What would you say your common pitfalls when it comes down to being an entrepreneur when you first started your journey, and how did you overcome?
Doing these deep questions. No, it's good though. It's good. I would say my like that downfall almost.
Right.
I would say honestly fear. Fear. Just when you know that I wouldn't even say fear of like, oh, I'm scared of heights. Not that type of fear. The fear of the unknown. Like, the fear of not seeing the full steps, the full layout. So like when I started, of course, like, it's cute. It's cute when you get your name, you have all this stuff that you want to do in the beginning, but when you actually have to sit down and like just actually see it, like it's scary. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like it was definitely scary. It was definitely challenging because when I let my fear take over, you can't convince me that I can't do it. Cause at that point my mind has already done told myself like I'm a failure. I'm not gonna get it. But once I kind of got over just knowing that, okay, God ain't gonna give me the full layout. He's not gonna do that. So like when I had like honestly, I just had to like keep like my affirmations. That's pretty much what helped me get out of my fear. Like just telling myself I am great. I am, confident. I am creative. I trust God. Like just any positive affirmation been like kind of the main thing that's been keeping me going. Like of course it still happens. We're just gonna have those days where, I don't feel like doing it. I'm scared, I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but like just when I have to remind myself, like, you doing this because it's your purpose. Like, God wouldn't have gave it to you if he didn't know you were capable of it. And like, of course, he didn't give us fear. So why am I scared? Like, and I've been having a was scared, just forget fear, like just let it go. Like it's a little nothing. So I definitely say downfall, but by using just my affirmations or like that's another thing, having positive people around you. Because when you got them negative people around you that don't want to do nothing, they focus on nothing, they're going to bring you down. They're going to have you question like who you are and like the purpose of your business. So I definitely been surrounding like myself around positive people that helped me get out of myself, like like-minded people. I know that was a little tangent, but
I literally tell you about taking inventory of your circle, getting them out of your way because they play a major part, and they play fear and them people. They go hand in hand. Like I said, just that little net.
When you surround like yourself around those who not even doing like the same business idea, but just have like that business mindset mentality. When you see them going 10 steps, you going, oh, I gotta catch up with you. You 10 steps, I gotta get 20 steps ahead of you. Just like it's not even as far as like competition wise. It's just you want to see each other win. Like you here, like even though we ain't in the same, business lane, but just to see that you moving 10 steps, you're gonna be looking back at me like, where you at? Like, come up here with like let's do this together. So definitely like, inventory of your circle. I need to do something. You did.
The lady saying you better take inventory. I'm trying to tell you. You gotta take inventory. Girl, blocking is what I do. I'm be quick to tell you because no, once I figure out who the snake is, got to go. Got to go. Got to
And
go.
little Satan, he don't be coming in the little snaky snake.
He come as a lion, as a beetle, a cockroach. I mean, you gotta just, you gotta catch him. You gotta catch him.
You gotta be on guard. Like you gotta
All day, every day. You gotta keep your armor on, the full armor. Don't take it off. Don't take sleep in it.
You take it off.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. That's why you gotta sleep in it. You gotta lay down in it. You gotta take a shower with it. You gotta go on
shower in it.
You gotta stay ready. Cause listen, like you said, as soon as you take that helmet off, he come with them darts.
British are coming, girl. He coming full speed ahead.
What? On another type of speed. Not even full speed, girl. He done put his foot so far that the gas done broke. That's how fast he coming. You gotta stay ready.
Stay ready. Stay ready to get ready.
That's why you ain't gotta get ready. You ready. Stay ready so you don't stay ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Nope.
Can't take that armor off, y'all. Full armor. Y'all gotta read Ephesians 6 to know the armor. Read it, study it.
Study it. Sleep it. No, like for real.
Talk, y'all. Y'all gonna need that. You gonna have to stay ready. Don't take it off. drive in it, exercise in it, keep it on. Keep it.
I'm not even gonna lie and say I keep it on 24/7. I don't.
Sometimes I slip up. We being real. This ain't hey. I wake up, I be like, I be forgetting to pray. But as soon as them trials get to hitting the devil, I say, oh, I gotta go on my lunch break. I gotta pray. I gotta pray. I gotta have some quiet time because I said he be right there waiting. Like if you wake up that morning, you don't conversate with God, whole day be messed up. So for me, it don't take long for me. Cause if I don't listen, this is real. For me, my day, if I don't pray and I don't worship and don't read my Bible, my day ain't gonna go right. I'm being so real. It will not go right. I mean, the first half of the day, I'm irritated. I'm like, don't talk to me. Things get on my nerves. Somebody can be breathing loud. Like, why are you breathing so loud? Like, just shut.
Breathing loud.
Like, he's like, I'm so serious. Like, everything bugs me. So I'll be like, you know what? People be then certain. I be looking at people upside their head, be like, you know what? I'm gonna need you to go over on the other side of the building. I need you to go over there, man. Don't leave me alone. But see, I'm like, you know what, Kyla, here I know the problem. We didn't pray this morning. We didn't even talk to God. We didn't have no worship. You didn't cry out. You didn't know. It's okay. On your lunch break, we're gonna go in your car and we're gonna drive somewhere. Or we're gonna sit in the parking lot. We just gonna cry out to the Lord. We gonna get it together. So the rest of the day, the morning may have been trash, but the rest of the day gonna be good.
Gonna be great.
And we're gonna be great. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be better. We telling y'all to keep y'all armor on. We be having to go through stuff.
Keep it on.
I ain't gonna tell y'all nothing that I ain't doing. I'm being real. Keep y'all armor on. Y'all don't know what the armor is, read Ephesians 6. Read the whole chapter.
Not even a little bit. The whole chapter.
The whole chapter. Read it all. And you'll definitely learn. Definitely, and you're gonna understand the importance of it. But we are moving into a segment I like to call Keep It Real Advice. Where in this segment we take the time out to pour into our audience and tell them and pour into them, help them if they overcoming, struggling in the area where we have to go through. But this is our time for us to give advice, inspired entrepreneurs that, you got that business idea, but you just don't want to do it. This is our time for us to pour back into them. I would like to give you the floor to start. What advice would you give to somebody that's, that has that business idea or that's stuck at that point and they just don't know how to overcome it or they just don't have they have fear to start it? What advice would you give to them?
I don't want to be so cliche, but honestly, start it. Of course, it ain't gonna be perfect in the beginning, but just if you have a business idea and it's so small that you think it's small, just do one step at a time. If you have a business idea, create the name. If you have an Instagram post, just start small. Just do it. And of course, surround yourself. Backtrack. Do it and then join networking groups. Join people who are business mindset because you have to be around the right people. Do it. Connect with the right people and just know it as your baby. Just that's your baby. If you have this idea and you can't take it out, if you can't go a day without thinking about it, you can't stop sleeping and your brain is going on and on about it, that's what you know. So just treat it as your baby. Take care of it, nurture it, and just do it. It baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. So yes, step one, do it. Just do it. Do it like Nike said, do it. Even when you scared, just one. I'm not even going, hold on. I got so much advice. Yeah, my brain is just going you do it, find the right community. Only tell the people you trust. That's another thing. Don't run and pop in your gums, run in your mouth to people that you know that don't have the good intentions for you. Cause they really kill what you know that you're supposed to do. Just like Makala said, do a check with your circle.
Inventory, take inventory.
So yes, I would say do those things and eventually you will see the progress. It's gonna be a rough start in the beginning, but if you keep going, if you keep believing in it, then it will manifest itself.
So guys, y'all want to make sure when you got on your business plan, check in with the real CEO of your business. Cause listen here, y'all done already heard throughout the episode, we not the real CEOs. I mean, we the COO.
COO. You're probably not even there.
We probably not. We just probably an employee. We know we're in the top 10,
but we ain't the C.
We not not even the CEO. We're not the CFO, COO. I don't even know there's some more after that. We probably the people that just we just say okay, and we just orchestrate it. That's it. But listen, it's so much beauty in being a vessel because you orchestrate what he wants you to do. You know, that's like a heavy task that you're just being used and you're just going here, doing this, doing that, and he's orchestrating it out because he already got the plan. But when y'all got y'all business all aligned and you just do it, check in with the original CEO.
Original CEO.
If he ain't in it,
it ain't going.
It ain't.
Because I tried without doing it, like, doing it my way, and it crumbled. But once, like, I really checked in and, like, figured out what he wanted, and of course, you're going to get tired. You ain't gonna want to hear him, but he gonna keep knocking for you to do what he called you to do.
You can run all day long. You definitely don't want to run into the point where you can't run. That's another conversation for another day. They say here.
They're not ready for that one yet.
They ain't ready for that. And maybe on the next season, but that's
next one.
Listen, if I tell y'all, check in with y'all CEO. Okay, we can't add no more to it. Just do it. Don't be scared to do it. Take inventory of your circle. Y'all, we're gonna get that put on a shirt. Y'all stay tuned. Just keep it real. Merch is gonna be coming out soon. That's definitely gonna be on a shirt. Yeah. Take inventory of your circle. Standing on. Trying to tell you, I'm gonna get it big on a shirt. Taking inventory of my circle, making sure the right people is in the circle. What else? Y'all gotta understand that comes a key. Taking inventory of your circle. Y'all gotta understand. Ooh, that's a topic for another day. I could go on and on about taking inventory. Then y'all gotta separate.
And even when you do separate, like you're gonna lose people, and that is okay. Like everybody's here for a season. So like I'll tell y'all this, when you decide to do better for yourself, people gonna look at you funny. People are gonna think that you changed, when in reality, you did change, but you changed for the better of like who he wants you to be. And God, of course. So like when he gives you like a new idea, not even like business idea, probably just to better yourself. Those people that you used to hang out with, they gonna look at you funny. They'll be all right, Mm-hmm. All they gonna do is talk about you, regardless. But like once you separate yourself and go travel the road that's less traveled by. When you go the same road that everybody goes, it's too chaos, it's too loud, it's not it. But when you go down a quiet path, down a focused path, everything will align together.
Hey, but we keeping it real over here. That's it. Like, cause everybody on the broad road, everybody girl, you got to get me started. And narrow road, very few are on that road. Going down that narrow path.
Like you on that narrow path, you gonna find somebody who either has the same business idea, has the same mindset, and that's how y'all connect. Like that's how you know you're just in the right lane. Cause when you over like loud, it's too much. It's too much. You can't focus. It's too chaotic. It's just everywhere. But when you are alone, and of course, don't nobody ever want to be isolated, but you're not gonna be alone because you have him, and he's gonna put the people that you need, that you know that you did not need, right where he needed them to be for you. And then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I see where we going. And like once you do that for your business, everything will shift. Like, it would just shift. Like probably I would say it is shift for me probably to like this year. It'll take a minute. I'm not gonna tell y'all like your success gonna happen overnight. Your business is gonna come, $1 million business overnight.
It's definitely you're gonna have to grind. You're gonna have to just get with it, stay with it. You're gonna have to go through it. You'll get to it. You definitely gonna have to do all that. It is not an overnight success. You celebrate your small accomplishments when you get there. Celebrate each milestone because you wasn't at the beginning. You made it to halfway. Now you at halfway. Now you almost there. Now you ain't almost there until you actually get there. You on the finish line. You standing up there, but you gotta appreciate each part of the race, each part of the journey. Celebrate those little moments. But y'all, I have enjoyed this conversation. I am so proud of you to see you have grown. I remember I used to follow behind you all the time. We came in a 4-pack. It was definitely 4 of us, but I used to follow y'all, follow it behind the whole time. But to see you just grow from where you were and who you are now, I'm just like, oh, look at my big sis doing the thing. She over here got her business going. I'm just so proud of you. I'm just glad that you took time to be on the show and to share us insight and to give us like a deeper view of who you are in your business. So where can my followers support you and tune in?
But y'all can follow me on Instagram, which is underscore beautifully textured. That is Instagram. Facebook is it's the same, beautifully textured natural hair care brand. But I would say Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is just beautifully textured. Pretty much I'm trying to do more on TikTok because TikTok is still, a little popping. But definitely follow me there. And the website is www.beautifullytextured.com.
Make sure you guys go support it. Y'all gonna know when that restock is coming in, so we get our little bun. Get it. And the oil. Yes, guys, to get it. Yes, y'all. Go support, go support, go support. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to this episode. Hope whatever we said, it encourages you, it motivates you to start your business, get out there. There is work, there is more stuff for us to do as a community to help edify our community. There's just so many great things that we can do and accomplish. But the right person, the CEO, the main CEO got to be in the midst of whatever we want to do. But thank you for tuning in again. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on your post notifications so you do not miss another uncut, unfiltered, clean, real episode of Just Keep It Real. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at The Real Michaela. Michaela spelled Michaelia on Instagram and TikTok. And on Facebook, it's just at Michaela Nobles. So thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, be you. Don't let nobody else change you. Somebody want to change you, then they're not for you. Stay safe, stay real, and always, guys, pursue and create an impactful business. Until next time.